Welcome back. Continuing the news, the parliamentary opposition has blasted the government for what it calls an inequitable tax package which does not benefit ordinary Jamaicans. TVJ's Andrea Chisholm was in Parliament today and now joins us live. Andrea? Well,
Janella, you know, we're still talking about the budget debate. Last week we heard from Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke, and today it was time for the opposition spokesman on finance, Mark Golding, to respond.
$14 billion worth of tax cuts announced by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke, with one newspaper describing him as Santa Clarke. But for his opposition counterpart, only a few will benefit from the give back.
Santa Clarke, will you ever come to the ghetto? Santa Clarke, do you ever wonder why we suffer so?
Mark Golding continued.
Even though you will be collecting $154 billion more in taxes this coming year than when you assumed office 3 years ago, this JLP government hasn't given the people a break from the GCT, and it hasn't given the traveling public a break from the additional taxes on gas. And Mr. Speaker, that's not fair.
At his post-budget press briefing, Dr. Clarke said Jamaica is still vulnerable with its 96% debt-to-GDP ratio, so specific tax cuts were targeted. Now, with the ad valorem stamp duty being replaced with a flat $5,000 processing fee, the opposition spokesman on finance says transaction costs on small loans will go up. For example, if one uses a title as security, the stamp duty on a $150,000 loan now costs $938. With the changes as at April 1, that same stamp duty would be $5,000.
The stamp duty on the bill of sale over the deep freeze would be $2,250 today. But after April 1, it will be $5,000. $5,000.
The finance minister rose on a point of order.
Stamp duty on consumer items, consumer bill of sales, is a fixed amount of $500. We are not changing what is already fixed under the Stamp Duty Schedule and Stamp Duty Act. We are changing the ad valorem stamp duty. Ad valorem stamp duty.
Consumer bills of sale is one thing, but if you're making a loan, a small loan, over an asset, if it doesn't fall within the consumer bill of sale, definition, and it's an ordinary bill of sale over that asset, the stamp duty is going to go up. And that's the point I'm making. I would recommend that no stamp duty be charged on documents for loans of under $1 million. And Mr. Speaker, if zero is a problem for you, then make it $20, say.
Now, Andrea, Mr. Golding did not have an issue with the minimum business tax being abolished, but what did he say about the reduction in the GCT threshold?
Well, Janella, you'll recall that last week the finance minister said come April 1, businesses will only pay GCT if their sales exceed $10 million. However, Mr. Golding believes that if certain changes are not made, some small businesses may still suffer.
Those businesses will be unable to charge GCT, and they won't therefore be able to use the GCT that they charge to recover the GCT that they pay on goods and services for their business. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, GCT on these inputs would become an additional cost for those small businesses that previously, when they were registered, they could recover.
So he's therefore suggesting, Janella, that the GCT Act and regulations be changed to allow small businesses to register as GCT taxpayers if they so desire.
So another big issue is the transfer tax on property and the financial instruments moving from 5% to 2%, right?
Yes, and he had no issue with that either, Janella, but what he wants the government to do is to take it a step further so that we introduce a fixed registration fee for real estate mortgages.
Okay, Andrea, and come Thursday, we have the opposition leader.
Yes, that's Dr. Peter Phillips who will be making his contribution.
Okay, thank you so much, Andrea Chisholm, joining us here.